If you're thinking about starting a business or if you already have one, you need to hear this. The path to business success, it's brutal. And we're talking endless challenges, tons of competition, and relentless stress and pressure to make it work. But here's the truth that most people aren't going to tell you. The biggest threat to your business isn't competition, it's you. Most small businesses, they don't fail because they don't have the desire or the motivation. They fail because the owners, and that's you, lack the foresight, the discipline, or just lack strategy. So today I'm breaking down 7 brutal reasons why most businesses fail. And if you think you're all set and you're just going to get out there and kick ass because you know it all, I highly suggest that you stick around until the end, because if you're going to survive and you're going to thrive, you need to know every single one of these. Number 1 is poor financial management. You know, I get emails all the time from guys who say, my business just doesn't make sense. I've got lots of jobs, but I never have any money. And they're right. It doesn't make any sense because they have zero grip on their cash flow. They don't know their numbers. Data drives decisions, and cash flow is the lifeblood of your business. And if you're bleeding out, you're not going to make it. This is one of the biggest business killers, and it relates to several of the other ones that we're going to talk about today. This isn't about PSI, GPM, or even washing. It's about running an actual business. So just to prove my point, I looked it up on the SBA website. 82% of businesses fail due to poor cash flow. So stop and let that sink in. 82% fail. So what's that tell you? You need to track every penny. You need to know all your numbers. You need to set up a budget. And if you're in over your head, hire a bookkeeper. It's not that much, and the bookkeeper will definitely pay for themselves. And if you're a smart business owner, you know where every dollar goes. This is obviously important because it's number 1 on this list, and it's also why we spent so much time developing the dashboard on Quote IQ to give you a real-time snapshot of your business's health. Everything from the key metrics like your close ratio, your P&L, sales by service, average ticket price, lead sources. We just added Lead Hub and also the tips that you receive. Every essential metric right at your fingertips to drive growth and keep you on top of your business. And if you don't currently have a CRM or you're looking to get something better than what you got, you can try out any tier of Quote IQ for 99 cents at myquoteiq.com. And that takes us to number 2, a lack of market research. Too many guys just jump in with both feet, right? They grab a washer and they think that they're going to go out there, hit the ground running, but they missed a huge step in the process. And that is doing a little market research and some basic planning. Now, imagine this. You've poured everything into your dream of being your own boss, right? Owning your own business. But when you officially launch that business, crickets. Why? Because you skipped the basics. You didn't study the market. You don't know who your customers are, what's your competition, what they're up to, right? And no one even cares that you opened a business because they don't know, okay? You care. No one else does. Look, too many people think a great idea or a dream is all they need, right? But we got to be real. Failing to plan is planning to fail. Understand your market, know your target audience. If there are 100 pressure washing businesses in your market, that's great. But now, what are you going to do to set yourself apart? Strategy is the foundation of every successful business. So you got to ask yourself, what is your strategy? And this goes for new guys and veterans, right? Things change and you need to change with them. And that takes us to reason number 3, shitty marketing and shitty branding. Look, number 3, like I said, it's bad marketing, bad branding. And let's be honest, you can be the best at whatever it is you're doing. You can be the best pressure washer, soft washer, lawn care guy, HVAC, whatever. But if no one knows about you, if no one knows about your business, it doesn't matter. So many guys think that they can rely solely on word of mouth when they're first getting started. And while that is one great way to get your business name out there, you can't rely on just one. That's a huge rookie mistake. And it's a mistake that guys that are in the business for years still make. You got to be diverse in your marketing. You need everything from boots on the ground to both short-term and long-term marketing strategies if you really want to be lethal. And by lethal, I mean you're fucking killing it. And I think it also kind of goes without saying, because it's almost 2025, you got to have a strong online presence. Businesses that understand this and they focus on the things that actually grow your digital footprint have got like 125% higher lead growth than those that don't. But you got to do it right. So don't ignore this part. Invest in your brand, create noise in the industry, and make sure people recognize you and your business and they know what you stand for, right? We actually spend the first 4 weeks in our one-on-one training focused on marketing, because without a strong understanding and foundation of where and how you go to market and what strategies you use, your business is going to suffer. And if you want to learn more about that, there is information below. You can check that out. Reason number 4. no focus on quality or customer service. So, number four is not having a focus or undervaluing quality and customer service. Look, your customers are everything, right? They are the lifeblood of your business. And customers, they are not cheap to acquire. There is a real cost. And even if you're doing word of mouth, right, you still understand that there is a customer acquisition cost, right? And so we want to hold on to every single customer that we have so we don't have to reinvest or pay again to acquire them once again. Or if they lose, we have to replace. So the focus has got to be there as well. You skimp on quality or you ignore like just good customer service, you're absolutely finished, right? I saw a study that said that like 32% of customers will stop doing business with a brand they love after just one bad experience. And it sounds crazy, right? But if you do everything right, if you've got that nurturing sequence in place, if you've got, a good relationship with the customer, maybe a small mistake will be overlooked. But if you don't have any of those things in place, they're going to drop you like a bad habit. And that's going to cost you because you got to go and acquire another customer to replace them. Now, there's a guy I know locally, and I don't know how he's in business still, right? And if you're watching this, you know who you are because we just talked about this the other day. But he was telling me that he buys dollar store bleach, and then he cuts it when he's cleaning areas of the house that the customer probably won't see. He told me that he does this also like when he's doing gutter jobs. If there's no window above the gutters, he just makes sure that nothing's sticking out of them and doesn't clean them to save some time. And this dude cuts corners on every job like that. He actually takes pride in the fact that he's saving money, but he's also screwing over his customers and they got to know. But he also complains that he doesn't have enough jobs, and he struggles every single year. And this dude's been in business for like 10 years. And it saves him money, right? Short term, but it costs him big time in repeat business because he sucks. And you want your customers to come back, right? You deliver quality and you make them feel valued. And it's really that simple. And I've said it a million times. We wear a ton of different hats and it's easy for stuff to slip through the cracks. So put things in place that are going to help you not drop the ball, help you keep up with these customers, stay in front of them all year with email automation. There are things that you can do to ensure that you keep these customers in your business so they don't go elsewhere, right? If you look at the dashboard, 30 something percent of my customers this month were repeat customers. And those are customers that I don't have to get again. I don't have to spend money to get them. And that's huge. Number five, not adapting to change. Okay, so number five is not adapting to change. Markets change, marketing approaches change. And if you're stuck in your ways, you're toast, right? A lot of guys that are watching right now, you might not remember, but the Great Recession was a thing, right? And it changed the entire landscape of a major portion of my business. And I can only assume that it also had an impact on a bunch of other people's businesses as well. Like we were super into commercial, right? Specifically restaurants, and that all but evaporated. So you remember the pandemic, right? If your business didn't adapt, you didn't survive. And we saw that across the country, right? So the way that we advertise today, again, is completely different than how it was 2 years ago. PPC has completely changed. How we grab the attention of potential customers has absolutely changed. We used to run Facebook ads with an offer and a picture, right? Some emojis, the basics, right? It's what most people do. It doesn't work anymore. Now we've adapted, and now we know because of the way people consume social media, we have to grab their attention. We have to keep their attention long enough to promote our business. And that's why we now use video ads. They have to be crisp. They have to be clean. They have to be quick and to the point. And there is a very specific series of things that you have to do with these videos in order for them to work. They have to look professional. They have to sound professional. Otherwise, you just look like a chump. Another thing that a lot of people can't adapt to, but they need to, is the way that they quote, right? If you're still quoting in person, but have enough lead flow to where your time isn't well spent doing that, you need to think about changing how you go about quoting, right? Are you still using a tired ass contact form on your website? Contact forms, they don't convert. Like 73% of people say they will never fill out a contact form because most of the time people don't respond back to a contact form. And that's a huge number. So why would you not adapt and implement something like InstaQuote that allows your customers to quote themselves, generate a quote quickly, and then they can actually schedule themselves? In a lot of cases, you never even have to talk to these people until you show up for the job. Adapt, overcome, and I promise you, you're going to see a huge improvement in your business and your bottom line. Your time is unbelievably valuable, right? You need to figure out ways to get some of that time back so you can focus on things that really help your business grow. So adapt or die. And this isn't just a saying, it's what you have to do in order to actually survive in business. So stay informed, stay flexible, and call an audible when you need to. Okay, number 6 is burnout. Now, I've personally been there many, many times. Running a business can make you feel like you're out there on an island all by yourself, right? You're all alone, fighting every single day just to survive. And not just because of the normal stresses of running a business, because you're wearing every single hat yourself. And let me tell you, that is a straight path to burnout. Look, I'm sure that you've been there too, right? Trying to get it all done, doing it all yourself, never enough hours in the day. And of course, you end up absolutely exhausted. And the business, it suffers. The solution is so simple, but also so hard at the same time because you have to relinquish some power. You have to let go of some responsibility. You have to trust somebody else or something else to take care of your business and care about your business as much as you do. And that is unbelievably hard. It took me years to overcome that fear and actually trust other people. And it's so simple, but like I said, so hard because this is our baby, right? We love this baby. We made this baby, but you have to delegate. You have to automate and you do those things to take care of yourself and your business, right? The health of yourself, the health of your business. Obviously, there are lots of ways to do this. Implement systems, strategies, get software that can help you with this, right? I've used so many different platforms over my career, and even that can get overwhelming and actually create more work, which is why we developed Quote IQ. You can manage everything from one place, quote, invoice, schedule, expenses, hell, even automate like your sales with InstaQuote and InstaSchedule that we talked about. Every little thing helps. And hell, it's cheap in the grand scope of things. Again, not a pitch for Quote IQ, but use something to eliminate some of the work that can be automated or hire someone to help, but that's going to be a lot more expensive. And then they want vacations and lunch breaks, and people are a pain in the ass to deal with. Software makes it a lot easier. Okay. And last but definitely not least, ignoring feedback. This is a killer. Pride kills businesses in so many ways, whether it's not educating yourself early on or being too stubborn to change the way that you're doing things currently. But also, if you're not listening to your customers or your employees, you're heading for disaster. The best business owners were learners, right? They're constantly looking to improve, and learners are earners, right? That's cheesy, but it's true. But look, you got to use customer feedback to get better. Customers are going to tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, and then you have to change the bad, the ugly, and you got to make the good even better. Remember the stat from earlier? They will drop you in a heartbeat. And sometimes just asking for the feedback can win somebody over if you happen to screw up. I talk about the importance of getting reviews all of the time, and it's twofold. Obviously, it's important for ranking and credibility and building trust, but it is also basically your to-do list, right? The things that you need to do to get better. Take the feedback from the reviews and use it. The other thing is you have to listen to your team, right? Yeah, they are employees, but they are also people that may have a different perspective. They might actually have a better way to do things that you didn't think about. And this kind of goes back to adapting to change and not being too prideful, but having a different set of eyes can sometimes be a huge help if you can accept it. Look, business isn't a set and forget deal. It is a constant evolution. And if you're not constantly changing, adapting, and overcoming, things are going to go bad really quick. Okay. So the bottom line here, running a business, it is not easy. It is not something that everybody can do. It is not for the faint hearted. Those that lack testicular fortitude aren't going to make it. It takes grit. It takes adaptability. It takes discipline, and it takes humility. You got to have a firm understanding of your numbers as well. You got to know your market, do the market research. You got to make noise with your brand, and you got to get as many eyeballs as you can on your business. And you have to focus on quality and customer retention. You adapt to change, you take care of your business, and you never stop learning, and you're setting yourself up for success. But most businesses fail because they ignore one or all of these things. But if you don't want to be another statistic or the owner of a rig on Facebook Marketplace, you got to take this head on. You're already ahead of the game if you're watching this. And if you made it this far, this is a true testament to your dedication, to yourself, and to your business. And if you made it this far, also comment the word winning. So stay on point, stay disciplined, and remember, success favors the prepared. And if you're ready to take a step further, consider signing up for our one-on-one coaching and get a deeper dive into your business, and we're going to help you there. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.